And yeah, Travis is an excellent artist. I mean, I love the one he did with the Blackjack Mulligan, giving me the funny money, Monopoly money. Thank God I spent it. I thought it was funny, though. It's not like a cutting on Blackjack. I mean, I think it's hilarious.
Well, you told me something the other day that I thought was interesting because, you know, we had heard about Blackjack being involved in this counterfeit ring. And, of course, him and Kendall would end up going to prison. And based on what a lot of people have said, it was one of the reasons why Barry left the WWF was all of this happening. And Blackjack paid you for a show you worked for him with what you presume, because you were paid in 20s, and that was a very unique and a weird situation, a way to be paid for one of these shows. You assume that that was more than likely the counterfeit money. Was everyone on that show paid the same way, paid in 20s? And how was the payday in general?
Well, because the thing was, when he first wanted to have me, he had the show booked, and he called me, wanted me to work on it, because he had just worked on me. I mean, worked on my show, the one that you saw with Terry Funk with me and all that.
October 88.
You had the tape of that. Yeah. So he had just worked for me and asked me how much I got for that guaranteed show at the fair. And I told him, and then he said, "Oh my God, you kidding me?" He said, "I can get probably a lot wherever in Bahamas." And then he got a guaranteed show over there at a fair, I guess. So, but then the weird part was we didn't even do the show at the fair. We went to some dumpy building, and then no people came. I don't know. He said they sabotaged the show, the Bahama. Whoever it was, Charlie Major, I think the guy's name was, that always ran for the office of Florida Wrestling, because Tyree wasn't on the show. So, but only people was there, maybe 3 or 4 people. And so there was no crowd, and we still did the show. It was Danny Spivey was there, Bugsy McGraw, Blackjack worked, all the matches, and then me and a lot of my guys, and then Emilio Hosaka was there. So at the end of the show, I'm sitting there waiting to get paid. And then he just left. I don't know. He disappeared somewhere, Blackjack, for a long time. And then Bugsy said, What are you waiting for? To go over to the hotel? And then here comes Blackjack to my room with all this $20 bill. It's a big pile of money to pay everybody with, all 20. And, for everybody.
Hot off the presses.
He tells me he's real nervous, too. So he's real nervous, too, for a 6'8", whatever he was, giant, He's asking me, who's your partner? You want to be my partner in your shows and everything? And then I was like, I don't know. And then he goes, count this out. He'll count out 500 for Bugsy, 500 for Danny. And he gave me, the weirdest part was, he said, how much do you need on the phone? And I was like, I don't know. Just you tell me, whatever. He goes, you're big in the Bahamas. How's I think he said 500 or 600 or something, and then I'll pay all your boys. It's your money, so you just give them whatever you want. So I'm gonna give you a couple, $3,000 or whatever. I was like, Jesus, okay. So it was just so much money. It was so much money. I was like, what the hell?
How unique was that though for you at that time? For you to get $500 or $600 for a shot in, let's say, late '88, early '89. How unique was that?
Yeah, that was pretty high. That was what you could get, Terry Funk for almost, or 700, I think he was, and 500 Dory and people like that. Blackjack was 500 when he worked for me. So I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. I remember Wendy Richter when she was so hot right off of when she quit WWE or whatever happened with WWE or WWF. When she was with Cyndi Lauper, she worked on my show, and usually she got $2,000, I guess, and then she got 500s all too. So back then it was a lot to what he gave me. It was more than 500 really, because he told me he's giving me this much and I pay whatever I want. And then the thing was, it was all 20s for everyone. He said, and he was real nervous, telling me, count out 500 for Bugsy for me, count out 500 for Danny Spivey, blah blah blah. And then real quick though, he was nervous. And then it only happened a couple months later, the bust,
What would have happened if you had noticed the serial numbers and said something?
Yeah, I never even looked at anything, and I spent it. I spent it, thank God. Yeah, I was when I heard about what happened, I was like, man, I hope I don't have any of that. I don't think I do anyway, back then, So, yeah, I was really stunned when I heard what happened. It was only a short time later. They said it was $20 bills, if I remember, but he had to, because that way, they don't check it. If it's big bills, they always check, more. So 20, he got away with that for a while.